You are listening to a BeachGlass Media podcast.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Simple Times Podcast, episode 29. So we don't have any simple shout-outs this time, but we'll get through it. We got a Fear and Review commercial. We got mailman stories, FakeAd, history with Jefe, Simple Times news. You know, the same old. Oh yeah, how can we forget jokes with Jefe? We have a special guest here in the studio. We'll introduce them in just a second, and that's why this is called the Three Amigos. So come on, join us. Episode 29, Simple Times Podcast.
Episode 29, and we're feeling fine.
I guess one of us is. I'm feeling kind of sore and tired, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
That was because we were waiting like 2 hours for my computer to restart.
That could be. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we do have a special guest, just like you mentioned. So why don't we introduce him?
So
who is this man? Who is this man in BeachGlass, the studio?
He's the third amigo to the BeachGlass Media family. It is Rory, co-host of A Fear and Review.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm more happy than I can express to be here. Honestly.
I am
grateful.
Honored that you're here,
and it's the first time you two have met. So this is a lot of good things here.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this is what it feels like to be on Love is Blind, because I've heard his voice, he's heard mine, and we finally saw each other face to face for the first time. I don't know if it was love at first sight, but it's a pleasure to meet you. Likewise. I'm honored to have you here in the same room with Marcelo, and I just want to say I'm loving your show. You and Marcelo are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you so much. It's very new,
very entertaining.
Yeah, like I said, it's so far it seems like it's pretty big hit. I've been following the analytics, and the numbers have just been going up and up and up. They're climbing pretty quick. Quicker. I don't want to say quicker than Simple Times, but it kind of feels like that in some ways, that we are gaining a lot more traction than we did in the early stages of Simple Times. So.
What I really like about you guys is you guys know your stuff.
Yeah.
Listening to both of you talk about horror movies, just the horror genre. I'm like, wow, these guys really know their stuff. I don't know a lick about these things.
Yeah.
But it's just so impressive because I can listen and tune in, and it sucks me in. And that's basically all you really want for any kind of podcast, is you want people to know their material, because you want to be educated, informed, and just you want to learn something. And I feel like I learned a lot when I listened to you two. So kudos to you two.
Yeah, hey, like we were saying before this, several people have come up and said that they've been taking notes, and that they like really keeping up with the movies that we talk about, the facts that we have. Some people even fact check me, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're right." And it's like, yeah, not to brag, but I do pay attention to stuff like this. One of my most inspiration when it comes to horror facts is History of Horror with Eli Roth. I get a lot of my knowledge from there. Sven Gulli, which I introduced to him today, and he loved. He actually says that he goes, I might have to get MeTV just for Sven Gulli. So, and I got to get you watching a Sven Gulli, because he hasn't seen Sven Gulli either.
No, I haven't.
So
dig it, honestly.
Yeah, I always stayed away from those horror movies because I'm a scaredy cat, but I've seen a few here and there, but man, there's just so much that I haven't seen.
This is way more comedy.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Sven Gulli level horror movies scare you, then there is absolutely no hope for you in Halloween or horror. Some of them can be pretty frightening at times, but a lot of them are B movies that are like kind of somewhat family friendly. He does do disclaimers if it is like a grotesque scene or a grotesque movie.
Oh, okay.
But for the most part, he's just kind of. I mean, it's just a goofy. I mean, it's just.
That's true. I mean, tonight they're airing Pit and the Pendulum with Vincent Price, and that one is a little bit more intense. But today we watched Monolith Monsters about monster rocks.
Yeah.
So
Monster Rocks?
yeah.
Yep.
Not that frightening, honestly. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And
Wow.
and I mean, like the one that happened 2 weeks ago was a movie called The Tingler. It's literally a bug that crawls up someone's back and fuses, I think, with their spine or something like that, and then creates like a tingling sensation that when it's going to control your mind.
You know what I just thought about when you said that? A movie that I saw, I swear I was in 6th grade, and a teacher played it in, I think this was English class, and it scared me. Like, it gave me nightmares. The Mummy. Remember those little
the scarabs?
those
Yeah.
little cockroach looking things?
Yeah, the scarabs. Yeah.
And there was a few scenes that it really freaked me out where like it crawled into the person's body.
Yeah. It crawled under his skin and went into his brain. Yeah.
Yeah. So that freaked me out. And then another thing that really stood out to me was when some guy got possessed somehow, but he lost his eyes and his tongue.
He didn't get possessed. So you're talking about a movie that it's probably one of my all-time favorite movies. I could watch that any given time, any period. He didn't get possessed. What was happening was the mummy was trying to gain back his senses. So when you're mummified, you get your eyes taken out, you get your tongue taken out, you get your vital organs taken out. So what he was doing with these people is gaining back those organs that he lost.
That's what it was.
So at first he took his tongue.
Right.
So he could talk and give commands.
Right.
And then after that, he took his he took his eyes. Which, fun fact, which we can also do this on a Fear and Review later on. He took the eyes of a guy that needed glasses.
Oh.
So that is why he got Evie, played by Rachel Weisz, confused with his long lost love, because they do have brunette. They're young. They're beautiful. So that's all he saw. He had blurry vision because he didn't have his glasses on. So if he would have had glasses on from stealing it from a guy that wore glasses, he would have seen that it was Evie and not Naksunamun.
Wow.
Your memory of that movie is really good.
I'm telling you, that is probably one of my movies that I have seen the most of all time, and also the second one too.
And it haunted me. I don't know why, but seeing that little scene scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, the first
I don't know
couple
why,
times,
but it freaked me out. So that movie was horror to me.
I saw it in theaters in '99 when I was 9 years old, and it scared me. But
Right.
I just kept coming back to it.
I was just thinking that because I saw it in 6th grade. I must have been 10, 11, or 12, something like that.
Yeah. That one came out.
It scared me.
Yeah.
And then since we're on talking about scary movies and stuff, I remember 9th grade English teacher put on The Ring.
Ooh, that's very
scared
like
me, and
that's pushing boundaries.
Yeah, I
I
can't
think.
believe
Yeah.
that.
the scene that freaked me out was when they opened that closet and that little girl's there with her mouth open.
Yeah.
It
The opening scene, basically. Yeah.
it freaked me out, and I think that's when I realized, I don't think scary movies are for me
That's the type of shit that.
because I couldn't handle that. I don't know why.
That's the type of shit that like I think I talked about before of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, where the substitute teacher played. I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was a sub or not, but I read the article. I think on Simple Times podcast, where a teacher had played what they thought was a Winnie the Pooh movie, but didn't realize that it was the Blood and Honey, the latest live action horror film, and like in the first like.
She didn't figure that out when it said blood and honey.
They didn't pay attention. They got it from a red box. And they just saw Winnie the Pooh and they thought, okay, cool. But they ended up playing like 25 minutes of it. And people were saying that there's several head kills in like the first like 5 minutes. So it's like, how could you not know, hey, wait a minute, something's wrong here? Or when you see a man in a Winnie the Pooh mask walking around, like, but yeah, I mean, like showing like The Ring back then to like a 9th grade class is almost like showing like a Winnie the Pooh to grade schoolers. So
I feel like The Ring is a little more intentional. Like you got to know what that is going in.
Exactly.
So
I'm
more
pretty
surprised.
sure my English teacher knew what it was, and I think it's one of those things where she's like, "Well, let's take a vote class. What do you guys want to watch, Gladiator
who did you have for
or
English
The
in
Ring?"
ninth grade?
Oh, I don't remember her name.
Oh, okay.
It was so long ago, but
There's some good choices though. Gladiator's really great too.
Yeah.
Gladiator's good. Yeah. But anyway, I'm in the presence of greatness over here with Rory and Marcelo of A Fear and Review. And you guys had a really interesting last episode. So Rory, you want to tell us a little bit about what you guys talked about on the latest episode of A Fear and Review?
We started talking about a recap of our previous weekend at Monsterpalooza, which is a fun horror makeup convention in South Pasadena, and then checking out Sugar Mint Gallery.
Which I always get mixed up with sugar tea for some reason. I always want to say sugar tea, and I'm always corrected by no, because I could try to look it up on Instagram and no sugar tea comes up, but sugar mint comes up, so I'm like, oh.
Get some good recipes. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And they're located behind the original Myers house in South Pass.
Yeah. So and all of that you can hear on A Fear and Review, the last one, the Gilly Man's Island. In fact, we have a clip for it here of us talking about Monsterpalooza.
I mean, it was cool. It was quite an experience.
Always is.
It's that was a lot of people packed in such a small little convention center. I mean, it felt small by how shoulder to shoulder we were walking up and down the aisles. But I mean, it definitely was a cool thing. Definitely, I mean, I didn't even know the creature was celebrating 70th until we got there.
Yeah.
I know your mom's a big fan of the creature, and which I didn't know. Well, it also was a very shocking thing to me because she doesn't seem like she really is into horror like at all. But yeah, a creature was celebrating the 70th, and then a young Frankenstein was celebrating their 50th.
That's right.
And I think that was probably the highlight, was seeing Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. Frankenstein.
That sounds right.
Frankenstein, yeah, because it wasn't Frankenstein. He kept saying Steen. I think it was Steen. Seeing him, seeing Igor, seeing I can never say her name right. Franz Bruhar.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I remember.
Yeah, all I remember is the horses, neighing after saying her name. And then of course, the monster getting all made up and everything, and then them doing a whole violin playing, and Dr. Frankenstein yelling at Bruhar and Igor and all them. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. So sorry if you're like, for our listeners, if they're unfamiliar, Monsterpalooza is an annual convention put on in Pasadena for over a decade now, and it is focused on all special effects and practical makeup.
Okay.
So that was the whole thing, and that's why they were making up those characters again for that anniversary. They were recreating them on people.
And I saw on their Instagram that they're doing it again, but at Burbank Convention Center next month.
Yeah, Son of Monsterpalooza is much smaller.
Okay.
And talk about shoulder to shoulder. I went for the first time last year, and it is tight in there.
Really? Okay.
For sure. But honestly, like, just as much fun, just as many vendors and stuff. You'll see a little bit less in the museum, but it's a good time.
So that was just a little 2-minute clip of what we talked about at Monsterpalooza. We talked about it way more in depth, who we saw, that kind of stuff. But please go on over to Fear and Review. Link will be in the show notes. Listen to it. I mean, it's pretty fun. Maybe we could see you guys there next year. They're at the same convention center every year. So head on over to a Fear and Review. The Gilly Man's Island, and listen to what we have to say about Monsterpalooza.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's our movie of the week, of the episode.
Movie of the episode. Yeah. So we don't really do them week by week. So yeah, movie of the episode would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I listened to it, and I loved your take on that horror movie that you picked. It was a fun one. It was a fun listen.
And like I said, it was one that I'd watched the sequel but never watched the original. So it was really cool to be the one that actually gets the fresh eyes in it. So,
and before I forget, don't forget, follow A Fear and Review on Instagram, and make sure you like and subscribe. And if you like their show, give them a good rating on Spotify.
Yes,
and
please.
You can find them on Apple Podcasts.
Yep.
So don't forget, A Fear and Review. Just type it in the search bar just the way that you hear it. A Fear in Review.
Yep.
So, you did say in the intro, Marcelo, that we don't have any simple shout-outs.
Yeah, we do not have simple shout-outs.
What's wrong with your mom? Is she sleeping or something? Is she on another vacation?
Hey, she's actually had 2 head injuries in the last few months, so maybe she's not quite.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Ann. I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm just so used to your comments.
But she was on a cruise in between. Did we talk about? Was she back from the cruise on our last one? The Alaskan cruise. I didn't talk about that.
Oh, it was a booze cruise, right?
It wasn't a booze cruise, but I mean, it kind of ended up being a booze cruise. But she came back from that cruise. I think she's getting ready for another cruise coming up. But she's been busy, I guess. Either that or there's nothing for her to correct me on. So
all right, well, good for her.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she gives us more content for simple shout-outs, because we need some simple shout-outs.
Yeah.
But not just Marcelo's mom, but anybody listening could give us some simple shout-outs.
Please give us a variety. I'm sure Andrew's fine talking about my mom, but it's just kind of nice to get some other people here to talk about it.
Yeah, we need some new people. All you have to do is send us an email at simpletimespodcast@gmail.com. Just say whatever you want to say to us. Leave us a question. Ask us something. Do you need love advice? Do you need, I don't know, some better jokes from Jefe? Just let us know.
Do you need horror movie reviews? Because, there's 2 guys here in the room that can give you some damn good recommendations.
That's
I'll
right.
still email you guys because I need all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good jokes and some love advice.
Oh, yeah.
But you can email us, simpletimespodcast@gmail.com, or if you're on Spotify makes it nice and easy for you. There's a little Q&A section just at the bottom of the show. Just write a little Q and or A. And yeah, we'll feature you on the next episode next time we meet up, and it'll make for a fun show. So,
yeah,
please.
So hey, Andrew, speaking of mail, what's about you having mailman stories?
Oh, yeah. Mailman stories.
To fill the gap without us having simple shout-outs.
I know, yeah. So this happened to me yesterday, and I wanted to bring it to the episode. It's a little PDA for you dog owners. Wait, did I say PDA?
PDA, yes,
that's
you did.
Public
Display of affection. Yeah.
No.
PSA. I mean, what you do with dogs is between you and the dog, I guess.
Well, there are things that I do with dogs that you do not want to know.
No, I do not.
It involves pepper spray,
and I'm pretty sure that it's
just kidding.
that it's also illegal. So
not for the mailman. So PSA, not PDA, PSA. So I was delivering the mail, and I noticed that I had this ginormous box for this one house. So typically what I do is deliver like the block's mail, and then I drive the package if it's a big oversized package. They had a big oversized package. I think I was delivering like a trash can or something. And so when I delivered the mail first, there was this guy in his driveway, and he was like putting stuff in his car, and he had his door open. So as a mailman, I'm like, oh, gotta be careful. I don't know if there's a dog in there. I don't want any accidents. And so I'm walking to his house, and his mailbox is by the front door. So I'm walking up. He sees me. He's like, "Oh, I'll take the mail." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, here you go." He says, "Oh yeah, my dog's in there, so I'll just take the mail from you." All right, good looking out. All right, give him the mail. Keep delivering. Finish that block of mail. Go back to my truck. I'm like, all right, got to deliver that big package. I drive up to his house, turn the truck off, get out, go to the back of the truck to get this oversized box. And then what happens? Lo and behold, this giant Labradoodle comes just running like you wouldn't believe.
He's moving up from the puppy that he kicked a couple episodes ago.
Man, you still remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, yes, Rory, I did kick a puppy, but it was an accident. That was the whole point of the story. Anyway.
You don't have to justify it to me. It's all right.
So this giant Labrador barking at me. Ruff, 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 ruff. I'm like, ah. And I'm like, is the owner going to come out and grab his dog? No. And so I'm like, oh, man. And this dog started getting closer and closer, just barking. And I'm like, this thing is pretty tall. It's a tall dog. And I'm like, I can't deliver this package. I slam the truck door down. I try to get back into my truck. And you know how the doors on the mail vehicles, they're on the right side?
Oh, uh-huh.
So right by the curb. And I'm like, oh, man, I got to get between the dog and so I like kind of scurry into my right-hand drive vehicle, and the dog, I swear to you, his jaws got really close to my hip, and I'm like kind of sucking in my gut. Like I jump in, I slam the door, and I take off, and then I hear the owner go, "Oh, come here, Fluffy," or whatever the dog's name is. And I'm like, well, you're not getting your package today. I just took off. I'm like, man, that could have been bad. I have, Rory, I have been bitten 5 times while delivering the mail. And that's 5 times too much.
Yeah, you have reason to be cautious for sure.
But they're all by small dogs, correct?
Okay, one was like a Labrador. The other ones were kind of small. But doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Well, I'm not saying that, yeah.
It's too much.
One time this dog bit me, a little tiny dog bit me where my sock was, and then his little tooth got stuck in my sock, and he was kind of, I had to like kind of dangle my foot to get him off. I felt a little bad because I don't know if it like hurt his teeth.
That makes him feel bad, but not when he kicks a dog.
It was a puppy, and it was an accident. It snuck up behind me in between my legs, and I was just walking, and the dog just went a little...
I would love to see his interaction with Kona. First time meeting Kona. I think that would be hilarious. Kona is his dog.
I love dogs. When I'm on the clock, I have to be careful. You know, I don't want to sue anybody.
Certain dogs see that uniform and they know too.
That's 100% true.
And you know what?
Dogs see the mail truck. Mm-hmm. Like there could be 1,000 cars going down the street. They see a mail truck, they bark at the truck.
I had no idea what they were barking at yesterday until I saw it, and it was in a blind spot. But they saw it.
They saw it. They always see it.
Well, and that's crazy because usually dogs aren't known for like having good eyesight. Usually their nose and their ears.
I think they know the sound of the door too.
They know the sound. They probably also hear our like keys jingling because we have those keys attached to our belt.
Yeah.
So they probably hear the keys and they're like, "Oh, I know what that is." They hear the footsteps and they hear the mailbox go ching ching or whatever. You know, some mailboxes go cha-ching.
Yeah.
Some go kerplunk.
Uh-huh.
You know, some go slam.
Okay.
But, you know, those are all the onomatopoeias that I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got to watch more Batman 66 to get some more onomatopoeias.
Honestly, some good bangs.
Zap, bang, boom, pow.
Anyway, so my PSA is don't forget about the mailman. You know, you don't know where he's coming, but please secure your dog. Or if you see the mailman, because this guy saw me coming, and he could have said, "Oh, come on, Sparky, let me just put you in this room for 2 seconds." Like, you know, just be a little thoughtful about the mailman. That's all I'm saying.
Especially if you want your Temu packages, you gotta respect the mailman.
Yeah, unless you live in Baltimore and your bridge is out. What was the bridge called?
F. Scott Key?
Francis Scott Key.
Was it Francis Scott Key? Okay. Did I?
You said Frederick Scott Key on History with Jefe.
I was close.
Yeah.
We all know the same bridge.
All right. Well, before we do History with Jefe, which I know everyone's dying for that, we have
a fake ad.
And this time we have a special guest with us.
And it will not be me, it will not be Patty, and it will not be Elmo. I haven't seen him lately, but
who
Elmo,
could it be?
Yeah.
Elmo better not be in here. I will shoot him.
Elmo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Behind the scenes, thanks.
Marcelo, if Elmo pops up, you see that weed whacker behind you? I'm gonna weed whack him.
But yes, we have a fake ad, and I'm gonna take a break from this fake ad this time.
Yeah. So let me tell you the story about this one. All right. You know,
there's always a story as to why we don't get our money.
Well, I told you last time they sent it to us, but it got sent to the wrong address.
Yeah.
So anyway,
and then before that, it happened once again where it got sent to Patty, not to us, because Patty did the read, and little fucker couldn't give us any fucking kickback.
Be nice to the guy, okay?
He can kiss my shillelagh.
Hey, he made our St. Patrick's Day episode good. Okay? He deserved that money. He can keep it.
I think he did. He spent it already.
So, here's a story.
Okay.
So, I was wondering why I've been seeing so many car accidents on the road. You know, I'm delivering the mail. You know, cars are crashing all over the place on PCH. And, you know, and then, you know, people walking down the street, crossing the street with the phone in their hand, just, you know, always on their phone and not paying attention. So I'm like, there's got to be a way for, you know, people to not spend so much time on their screens. And, you know, I, for one, think that it's not healthy for everybody to be on their phones all the time. So I reached out to FakeAds.
Okay.
You know, FakeAds is a fake ad company. I mean, they're real.
Yeah. But they give us
fake ads.
Yeah.
But the ads are real.
Okay.
The company is fake.
Okay.
But they're also real.
Okay.
All that to say, I inquired if they had anything to help our listeners regulate their screen time. And behold, they provided us a new product. So this is something that's near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Because, you know, I'm all about PSAs and PDAs. But this product is called...
Unless they're Labradoodles, but yeah.
Yeah, they're cute and cuddly and all, but not when they're trying to kill me. So this product is called Screen. I said Scream.
Yeah.
It's because I have horror on the mind. Because you guys are here. Yeah. But this one's called Screen Time Reducer. So, Rory, if you would do us the honors.
Yeah, it is an honor indeed. Do you ever wonder if you're on your smartphone too much? Do you find yourself endlessly scrolling on social media way past midnight? Do you tell yourself, I have to fix this addiction already? Well, the good news is, there's hope for you. The first step is admitting you have an addiction. And the second step is to get this brand new product to help fix your addiction. And introducing the Screen Reducer app, now available on all popular app stores. The Screen Reducer app is a high-tech, AI-based app that will revolutionize the way you interact with your own smartphone. Simply customize your settings, then engage the app onto the on position, and voila, you're all set. Set your Screen Reducer app to the amount of time you want to spend on your screen, and if you go over your preferred time allotment, your smartphone will automatically blow up. That's right, set your screen time for 1 hour, and if you go over by 1 second, your smartphone will detonate immediately. It's a revolutionary way of learning called Learned the Hard Way. Trust us, you will never want to spend way too much time on your screen ever again. What are you waiting for? Download the Screen Time Reducer app today. Refunds not available. Patent pending.
Do you see what happens when you get someone that doesn't stutter?
I know. There's going to be more downloads for the screen time reducer.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I had to get a chuckle in there.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Good.
Rory, that was beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait for FakeAds to listen to that. And
I hope you get your money.
yeah, they said $1,000 per ad read. So, and since you read it, we'll split it 50-50.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So hopefully once you guys split it 50-50, hopefully we get the money this time, because I think that would really make make it a better rapport, because the history we have with them just isn't quite.
Well, not only that, we want a better world.
That too, yeah.
We want fewer, car accidents on the road.
Yeah.
So maybe we could change history.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
We could. So, speaking of history, I think we have another segment next, which is Rory, if you mind.
History with FA.
On this day, June 15th. Not a whole lot as far as historical events. I mean, there is a lot, but to be honest, it's kind of boring. George Washington in 1775 was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army the day after Congress establishes the force. So,
What day are we talking about? You didn't mention the day.
I didn't say June 15th?
Oh, did he say June 15th?
Yeah, I thought you were talking there was like a title to it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, June 15th.
Oh man, I gotta get my ears checked out. Man.
I lost my place.
Who's George Washington again?
George Washington was the first president of the United States.
Oh yeah, he's on the dime.
He's on the dollar
Oh, he's on the dollar.
and the quarter.
What's a quarter? No, I'm just kidding.
About 15 minutes. 1940, German troops occupy Paris as French resistance to the German invasion crumbles. And in 1991, climatic eruption of Mount Pinatubo volcano in the Philippines, the second largest volcanic eruption on Earth in the 20th century.
Yeah.
Today on TV and film, this is actually really interesting. In 1878, the world's first moving pictures are caught on camera. They used 12 cameras, each taking one picture, and they did it to see if all four of a horse's hooves leave the ground as it gallops.
Oh,
That's the scene that starts Nope.
I never saw Nope.
Oh yeah, that's how the movie starts showing because they were also
Horse ranchers, right?
yes, but
Yeah.
he was a black man on the horse.
Oh,
like,
was he?
in that
Oh, okay.
sequence, yeah.
Yes, you never saw Nope, okay.
cool.
Sorry to come back to
No,
reference
no,
horror
no, we
movies.
love
Yeah, we'll
commentary.
bounce all around horror.
Yeah.
Today in music, in 1965, Bob Dylan records the single "Like a Rolling Stone," which hits #1 in Rolling Stone magazine's 500 greatest songs of all time. Today in sports is 1980. It's U.S. Open men's golf Balsturo GC. Don't know what golf tournament that is, but Jack Nicklaus sets a new tournament scoring record with the 272, which is 8 under par, to win his 4th Open title, 2 strokes ahead of Isao Aoki of Japan. Random fun fact for today is 2 French balloonists die in world's first fatal aviation accident on this day, June 15th, in 1785.
Wow, so you're telling me they made balloon animals that killed people?
Somewhat correct, yeah.
Balloonists.
Yeah, hot air balloon, yeah. It's hot air balloons, yeah. Aviation, Andrew, aviation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You could fly a balloon dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that'd be sweet.
I'm sure someone out there has probably made some type of balloon dog to fly around in. Birthdays today, famous birthdays today. We have Waylon Jennings, one of the founders of outlaw country, I guess you could say. Speaking of also music, Harry Nilsson. If you saying the name, you probably don't recognize him, but some of the songs is "Everybody Talking" from Midnight Cowboy, "Bad Fingers Without You," and his cover of the Three Dog Night song "One." So his birthday's today, but of course most of these have passed. But Waylon Jennings was born on this day in 1937. Harry Nilsson 1941. Also celebrating birthdays today is actor Helen Hunt, 61st birthday. Also Courtney Cox, 60th birthday today.
Helen Hunt.
Did you ever see Twister?
Yes.
She's the female lead in that.
Also, if I remember correctly,
Mad About
Beethoven?
You?
Is that right?
I don't think so.
No. Was she in a movie with Steve Martin?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. I know she was in What Women Want with Mel Gibson.
Oh, now I think I'm getting a better picture of Helen.
Yeah,
Hunt.
she was also in Mad About You. I don't know if you ever saw that.
The Mom and Pay It Forward.
It's been a long time since I've seen Pay It Forward. But
and Courtney Cox, we all know her from Friends.
Correct.
Yay, I know something.
And then also rapper Ice Cube celebrates his 55th birthday today.
Get yourself a cube box from Jack
Dude,
in the Box.
speaking of Jack in the Box, he has his own Munchie Meal box.
Oh, I heard.
It's pretty damn good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because they brought back the chicken and tater melt, which is one of my favorite sandwiches
I did hear about that.
Yeah, it's
Is that the sandwich in between two hash browns?
kind of. It's there's a hash brown on it. There's a chicken patty on it. There's bacon. There's cheese, and it's in between a croissant.
Oh,
So they cut a croissant in the middle. Yeah, it's good. It really is.
We're gonna have to go to Jack in the Box again.
Hey, we
just for that.
We got to get back and try to get him as a sponsor. We've been trying for 15 years. We're gonna get there sometime.
One of these days, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Another fun fact about today: water pumped from underground reservoirs has shifted Earth's axis at the North Pole by 4.36 centimeters a year, with over 2 trillion tons of water extracted from 1993 to 2010.
Santa must be unhappy.
I guess, yeah.
Man, poor guy.
So thirsty
Yes.
up there.
He's dealing with so many problems right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You got water shortage?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Famous deaths. There's a few of them, but the ones that really stand out are Ella Fitzgerald, died on this day in 1996. And then also Casey Kasem of the Top 40s. No, nobody knows Radio Top 40 of Casey Kasem?
Somebody does, but not me.
Maybe you also know him as Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
Yeah,
good impression, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Died on this day in 2014, which last I heard, they think they finally settled. There was a big thing of his whole estate, like his wife wasn't allowing anybody to do an autopsy and was moving the body from like state to state, country to country. Like, yeah.
Shady.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And there was a huge thing where it's like the kids were like, no, we need to bury our dad. We need to get this down. And it was something about like, because the wife wasn't in the will, but the kids were. So, but the wife had like a power of attorney over it or something like that. So it was a really weird kind of thing. I remember that was like a huge thing that happened at the time. So, with that being said, that is History with Jefe.
Once again, Marcelo, just thank you for that beautiful history.
No problem.
Beautiful.
So we're really moving on through our little scheduled things to talk about on here.
I know so far it's been a good episode. Maybe all this time we needed the third amigo in the room.
Maybe, yeah, to really move things along. So
the three amigos.
Yeah. Well,
wait. So I'm Chevy Chase, right? You're.
Who should I be?
I think Rory should be Steve Martin.
Okay.
And you're Martin Short.
Oh, why? Because I'm the shortest one here.
I didn't say that. Anyway, you guys seen that movie, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
I love when they're passing the... Oh, no. Okay, so they're traveling through the desert.
Uh-huh.
And then they do the whole, what do you call it? Canteen thing?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then one guy, he goes like this, and it's like 2 drops.
Yeah.
The other guy's like nothing. And the other guy's just a bunch of sand.
Oh, yeah. No, but doesn't Chevy Chase or one of them end up having like a full canteen of water that he drinks?
Oh, yeah. And then he's just like throwing it,
So
on the ground.
like rinses his mouth out, spits it out.
Puts him on his neck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot about
that. Yeah. I think Steve Martin was the one that had the 2 drops. Martin Short had the one full of sand, and then Chevy Chase was the one that had the full canteen of water, and we're just having fun with it and showing off.
And how can you forget the whole My Little Buttercup song routine that they do in the saloon?
Or when they shoot the invisible cowboy.
Oh yeah.
No, it was cowboy or gunfighter. What was he called? It was the invisible something.
Yeah.
But they were like, how do we know where he's at? And they just fired a random shot off, and then you see the body just drop in the sand.
In the sand.
Yeah.
You see the outline imprint on the sand. That was so good.
Yeah, that was actually one of my sister's favorite movie. We used to always do the salute too.
The salute?
You remember the salute?
No.
Oh,
what was the salute?
Okay, I gotta stand up. Hold on, I gotta do this. I gotta do this up here. If I remember correctly, it was "We Are the 3 Amigos."
Huh. Oh yeah. He did the salute, people.
Yes, I did. Look it up on YouTube.
Look it up on
It's
YouTube.
on there. Yeah.
And then just
than YouTube.
and just picture Marcelo doing it, and yeah, you might want to rinse your eyes out with soap later. Anyway,
Since we're moving right along, I don't know of any segues for it, so let's just say, how about some Simple Times news?
Cue the music.
Speaking of news, I actually introduced Rory to a new show, a horror show, called Kolchak, the Night Stalker, which is about a guy that works for the Independent News Service and goes around and hunts, or doesn't really hunt him, but he follows the stories of like horror stuff. Like the first one was The Ripper, where he thinks that it could be a Jack the Ripper coming back, or never died, just some kind of supernatural force. And then we started watching the zombie. Yeah, it was a zombie one, so we didn't get to finish it, but I mean, it's just fitting for the news. Kolchak was also a news reporter, so
all right. And this news story that I have, I guess the subject in question could be horror to certain people.
Okay,
so it all kind of fits, I guess.
All
maybe.
right.
Well, you be the judge. You tell me. All right, ready for the headline? It's as follows. Man says his emotional support alligator has gone missing. Bring my baby back.
it sounds like the whole Reggie thing all over again.
Oh yeah, Reggie. So this news story comes to us from HuffPost.
Okay.
Written by, does it say? No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. But yeah, no, alligators. I mean, alligators can be scary things, right? To
They
some
can
people,
be. Yeah,
you know?
I mean, there was a whole, I think, horror movie series called Gator.
There's that. I want to say
Lake Placid. Yeah, Lake Placid.
that's
That
what
was
I
the other one
thinking.
too. Yeah.
It's about a giant alligator.
Yeah,
Or crocodile, whatever. All right, see,
See,
everything can be
everything-
tied back to horror.
It all comes around horror.
All right, here is the article from Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay.
A Pennsylvania man who credits an alligator named Wally for helping relieve his depression for nearly a decade says he is searching for the reptile after it went missing during a vacation to the coast of Georgia. Joey Henney. His name's spelled Joie.
Okay.
Joey?
Joey.
Yeah,
Joey.
Has thousands of social media users following his page devoted to Wally. the cold-blooded companion that he calls his emotional support alligator. He has posted photos and videos online of people petting the 5.5-foot alligator like a dog or hugging it like a teddy bear. Wally's popularity soared to new heights last year when the gator was denied entry to a Philadelphia Phillies game. This guy loved his alligator.
Yeah.
He wanted to take him to the ball game.
Yeah.
Now, Joey Henney, said he is distraught after Wally vanished while accompanying him on an April vacation in Brunswick, Georgia. How sad. He went on vacation with his alligator, and he vamoosed.
Oh,
well. Let's see. He said he suspects someone stole Wally. Oh, how sad.
Sounds like a horrible sequel to The Hangover.
Let's see. In social media posts, Henny said pranksters left Wally outside the home of someone who called authorities, resulting in his alligator being trapped and released into the wild. Here we have a quote from this guy. He says, "We need all the help we can get to bring my baby back." And he posted that on TikTok. Please, we need your help. He's begging. Let's see. Henny said he didn't have time to talk when the Associated Press reached out to him. Let's see. Anything else here? Here's another quote from him. He says, he has never tried to bite no one.
Okay.
Seems like a decent alligator,
As decent as one could get.
Yeah. Let's see. And then some actual laws here. It's illegal in Georgia for people to keep alligators without a special license.
Much like in a lot of places in the country. California, which is why Reggie was released into the harbor wetlands.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's enough of the news article, but you get the point. So this guy's alligator went missing. And it was his therapy.
Yeah, his emotional support animal. Yeah.
I mean, everybody has, you hear people with therapy dogs and things like that.
Therapy dogs, yes, but therapy dogs are different than emotional support animals.
How so? I thought it was the same thing.
Therapy dogs or therapy animals are ones that are trained and actually state sanctioned by, yes, they are trained to detect this. They are trained to help you out. Emotional support animals, the gray line between that is, like, for example,
it could be anything.
We'll use Rory. We'll use your mom, and I don't mean to bring him up again, but Harley. Mm-hmm. That could have been an emotional support animal for her. Sure. But he wasn't licensed. He wasn't trained to do anything. It was just he would be there to brighten her day. An emotional support animal, and people can have that as birds. People have had that as pigs. I've heard.
There's a movie with what's his name? There's a movie called Pig. With what's his name?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. I started watching it.
Okay.
It's a little slow.
Dude, there are so many Nicolas Cage movies out there that I can't keep up with them. He's like the William Shatner.
I mean, it's kind of a similar thing. It's just a man looking for his pig.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah. I mean, like, when it comes to emotional support animals, it could be any kind of animal, and it could just be one that just you connect with and you feel better with. But a therapy dog or a therapy animal is like a service animal. Mm-hmm. It's completely different. They are licensed. They are trained to detect, like, if someone has seizures, a service animal can detect a seizure. And anxiety attacks. They can be able to detect anxiety. They even have them for diabetes. Wow. If your blood sugar drops too low, they can sense it.
Wow.
And then they can tell you whether you either need to sit down or get some food or whatever it is. So
that's pretty awesome.
Where they begin to train an animal to know that, of all things.
Yeah, I mean, they say it's a very hard training, and in fact, there's actually websites that you can go and adopt the dogs that failed the training. Wow. There's videos of. I mean, it's pretty adorable because, like, they're trained to, like, bring you like your shoes or something like that, but they might bring you like when you want like house slippers, they might bring you like work boots, kind of stuff like that, things that they flunked out on, and then weren't able to, but they did learn some skills. So I mean, it's adorable to see little videos like that of dogs that are still trying, that still can't quite get it down. So, but that's the difference between a therapy dog or a service animal and an emotional support animal.
Well, since I brought up therapy dogs and my mail story earlier, I remember in one of my old routes there was this house that always delivered the mail, and every time I put the mail in the wall slot, the dog would just bark, bark, bark. And then finally, one time I ran into the owner, and they're like, "Oh, sorry about my dog barking. It's our therapy dog."
No, I mean,
they hated me.
Could be in training. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what it was trained to do.
Or the owner was like, "Yeah, I hate the mailman too, so it makes me feel good when my dog barks at you."
Yeah. You bring me bills. I don't like you bringing me bills.
That's true.
So
if I had $1 for every time I heard someone say, "Keep the bills,"
that's almost like when I worked at Smart and Final. If I had $1 for every time that like something didn't scan, and they're like, "Oh, I guess it's free then." Have you done that?
No, I
okay.
swear.
Okay.
Never. I would never do such a thing.
The way you looked at me with that little smirk was of like, I do it all the time. Like,
No.
Well,
but yeah, I hope this guy finds his alligator. I'll keep in touch with our roving reporters. Hopefully they get back to us.
With more than one reason of finding that alligator.
Yeah.
So.
Because we don't want it to end up in that Harbor City park.
Yeah, harbor wetlands.
Well, here's a word of advice. If you're thinking about getting an alligator, if you're going to take it on vacation, get it chipped.
Yeah. Get that air tag on it. Yep.
That's all the guy needed to do.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really all he needed to do. So, but Andrew, if you don't mind, would you mind hitting that music one more time? Because I got an article too.
Oh yeah. Let me.
And boy, is it a doozy!
Here we go. Playing the music right now.
A Michigan man appearing virtually in a Washtenaw County Court hearing earlier this month was ordered by a judge to turn himself in after his camera showed him actively driving under a suspended license.
I have heard about this, and this is a good one.
The incident happened during a hearing May 15th. Corey Harris, 44, was scheduled to attend the hearing for charges stemming from an earlier arrest in Pittsfield Township, just south of Ann Arbor. Video from the hearing shows the moment when Harris joined the hearing, visibly behind the wheel of a car in motion. Michigan law on its books prohibiting the use of cell phones and other electronic devices while driving. Once Harris joined on Zoom, Judge J. Cedric Simpson immediately asked Harris if he was driving. "Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now," Harris responded. As Harris continued to drive on camera, Simpson could be seen mouthing, "Wow." He then said, "So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended case. And he was just driving and he didn't have a license?" Harris remained on camera, a look of grim realization dawning on his face, while lawyers affirmed to Simpson that he had just broadcast to the entire courtroom that he was driving without a valid license. "I don't even know why he would do that," Simpson said. "So the defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. The defendant is to turn himself in at the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond." Harris continued broadcasting in the courtroom as he rolled his head back in disbelief and said, "Oh my God." Harris was released from custody 2 days later and scheduled to appear in court again June 5th. The video is priceless. To see him literally have that realization of, "Oh shit, I fucked up. I didn't think of, not showing my face in a fucking, Zoom meeting with the judge about a suspended license."
Okay, first of all, if this guy worked for the post office, I would understand why, he made this error. Let me explain.
Uh-oh.
So, an ex-coworker of mine got suspended. I think he had way too many absences or something. It was something like that. Usually that's why people get a suspension.
Mm-hmm.
So the story goes, he went into the office and talked with the superior, and the superior said, "Look, you have so many absences that are unaccounted for. Usually you're supposed to provide documentation. We don't have anything, so we're giving you a suspension." And so this carrier goes, okay. I think he was towards the end of his postal career. He didn't really want to be there. So it didn't really faze him. But the guy goes, so do I just go home or what? And they're like, no, you come to work. It's just something that's on your record. It's not like you get suspended, don't come to work, we'll call you back when you do, return. No, it's you're suspended, but you still come to work. You just have a suspension on you. So maybe this guy was like, well, suspension doesn't really mean they take away my license. It's just something they slap onto a file.
However, further findings found out that he never had a license.
So something he never had got taken away from him.
They said that something about the Michigan law state allows them to suspend a person's license even if they don't have it. So like if I suspend your license for, let's say, 6 months, within the next 6 months, you can't even go to the DMV to apply for a license because it's suspended.
Oh.
You have to wait for that 6 months and then you can go back. Because I guess he tried to do that like a day after, and they're like, no, like you've been suspended. It says in our system you're suspended, so you can't. So he literally could not operate any kind of motor vehicle or even apply to operate a motor vehicle for however long the suspension was. So,
yeah, I remember seeing that story. It was good.
Yeah, I loved seeing the video. It's great.
He was like parking the car.
Yeah, and he would just so happen like, oh yeah, let me just park just 1 second. If you just give me 1 second to park, okay, go ahead. What do you need? What do you need to say? And the judge is like, what? Like what? And then of course, I think one of the best things is the guy's attorney having to look at the judge and go, yeah, my client is driving. Yeah, the attorney that actually like confirmed yes he's driving was Harris's attorney that was representing him in this case for suspended license.
Wouldn't that make him a bad attorney?
I wouldn't say so, because it's not his fault that his client's too stupid to fucking not get behind a wheel.
The attorney could have said anything like, no, he's not driving, it's AI.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
it's a green
right.
Screen.
Yeah,
exactly.
But no, I don't. Yeah, I think at that point it's just kind of like you just have to just take it on the chin and just kind of be like, yeah, you know what?
Well, you know what also like taking on the chin? Jokes with Jefe.
So, since it being June 15th and Father's Day this year is June 16th, tomorrow,
oh yeah,
I thought we should do dad jokes.
Oh yeah, because you want to honor me and you respect me.
Sure, okay.
I'm a good father. And
let's just get to the dad jokes.
You look up to me.
Why can't a leopard hide? Because he's always spotted.
Okay.
How do moths swim? Using the butterfly stroke.
Oh.
Okay. What do you call an illegally parked frog? Toad.
Please tell me these get better.
How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
10.
10?
10 tickles.
Oh. Okay, you got me.
Do you know the story about the chicken that crossed the road?
I do, but...
Me neither. I couldn't follow it.
Oh.
Way to step over that one, Dandrew. Thank you.
Sorry.
What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. Why are spiders so smart? They can find everything on the web. What did the duck say when it bought chapstick? Put it on my bill. What does a cow use to do math? A calculator.
Oh, I knew that one. All you have to do is give me 1 more second. I would have gotten it.
What do you get if you cross an angry sheep with a moody cow? An animal that's in a bad mood.
I knew it was gonna have ba and moo in it. I just didn't know how.
Is one of my all-time favorites. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels. What do you call a kangaroo's lazy Joey? A pouch potato. Why are snails so bad at racing? Because they're sluggish.
No.
I love it. That's what got you.
How does a boar sign its name? With a pig pen. Why should you never trust a carp's excuse? They always seem a little bit fishy. Where do baby cats learn to swim?
The kiddie pool.
In a kiddie pool.
Yes. I got one finally.
Here's something about science. Which is faster, hot or cold? Hot, because you can't catch a cold. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I get corrected. Hot, because you can catch a cold.
There we go.
All right. What's brown and sounds like a bell? Dung.
Oh, I was about to say ring. Hey, I got you.
What did the photon say when he asked if she needed to check a bag? No thanks, I'm traveling light. Did you hear that I'm reading a book about anti-gravity? It's impossible to put it down. What do you call... No, I'm sorry. Did you know milk is the fastest liquid on Earth? It's pasteurized before you even see it.
Past your eyes.
What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, they just waved.
I heard that one in like 5th grade. Come on.
What kind of music do the planets listen to?
Oh, heavy rock.
Nope, Neptunes. Why did everyone enjoy being around the volcano? Because it's just so lovable.
Okay.
How do you organize a space party? You plan it. What did the big flower say to the tiny flower? Hey there, bud. What did Mars ask Saturn? Hey, why don't you give me a ring sometime? Why shouldn't you make fun of a paleontologist? Because you get your ass kicked. You want to hear a potassium joke? Okay.
Oh. You know, that one triggered me because I always hated chemistry class. Going into that class, I knew it was going to be a bad day.
Why didn't melons get married? Because they can't elope. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. What did the baby corn ask mama corn?
Where's my pop?
Where's my popcorn?
Yeah.
Why couldn't the sesame seed get off the hill? It was on a roll. What kind of egg did the chicken? Yeah, what kind of egg did the evil chicken lay?
Deviled egg.
A deviled egg. Yeah. Why did the onion get flustered? It saw the salad dressing. Why is the hot pepper the noisiest vegetable? It can't help but get jalapeno space. Why do crabs never share their lobsters? They're so shellfish. What do Japanese monsters like to eat? Ramen.
Oh.
What do you call a happy camper? A Jolly Rancher. What do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry.
Oh.
What do you call it when a pig knows karate? Pork chop.
Was right there.
What kind of fruit do you bring while sailing? Navel oranges. And here are dad jokes that are so bad they're good, as if they aren't been bad so far. How do I look? With my eyes. How do you get a country girl's attention? A tractor. Why is the cemetery so popular? People are just dying to get in there.
Oh.
What was the child who wouldn't nap guilty of? Resisting arrest.
Oh.
Where do cows go for entertainment?
The movies.
What did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt.
Nice belt.
What do you call a flea in France? A parasite.
Parasite.
What runs around a baseball field and never moves?
Oh. The bases.
A fence.
Ah.
Why was the calendar afraid? Its days were numbered. Why didn't the skeleton climb the mountain? Didn't have the guts. How do you make a tissue dance?
You put a little boogie in it. My daughter told me that one.
My dad told me a joke about boxing, but I guess I missed the punchline. What kind of car does an egg drive? A Volkswagen. What's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman? Snowballs.
Oh.
What did the fisherman say to the magician? Pick a cod, any cod.
Oh.
Which bear is the most condescending? A panda. What kind of noise does a witch's vehicle make?
Broom, broom.
Broom, broom.
Oh, nice.
Why do smartphones ring? Because they can't talk. How do celebrities stay cool? They have many fans. What do you call it when Batman skips church? Christian Bale.
Thought it was going to be bats for me.
What's the difference between Harry Potter and Voldemort's Instagram accounts? Voldemort has followers, Harry Potter has friends. Why does Snoop Dogg always carry an umbrella? Faux drizzle.
Faux drizzle, wow.
What did Mark Wahlberg feed Ted?
I was going to say stuffing. No, I don't know.
Nah, you're close. Nothing, because he was already stuffed.
Ah.
Why can't you give Elsa a balloon?
Oh, because she'll let it go.
Yeah. How does Reese eat cereal?
Oh, with her spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What do you get when you light 16 candles under a romantic comedy lead actor? John Barbecusack. What do you call a nearsighted cowboy? Squint Eastwood.
Oh.
Why did the Jedi cross the road? Take it to the dark side. Did you hear about the new Johnny Depp movie? It was rated R.
Oh, come on.
And to finish it off, here are some Star Wars dad jokes.
Okay.
What kind of business would Yoda start? A Toyota dealership.
Ah, yes.
What do Gungans keep things in? Jar Jars. What's Jabba the Hutt's middle name?
Jeff.
The.
Oh, come on.
How did Darth Vader know that Luke was getting for his birthday? He felt his presence.
He felt his presence.
What do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate stuck to his hair? A chocolate chip Wookie. Which Star Wars character works at a restaurant? Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Where did Luke Skywalker buy his new arm? At the secondhand store. What does everyone call Darth Vader whenever he procrastinates? Darth later. What was Luke's reaction to food made by baby Wookiees? It's good, but it's a little chewy.
Oh.
Did you hear about the Gungan who became a taxi cab driver? His name is Car Binks. Why does Darth Vader always sound so angry when he breathes? Because he's always venting. What do you call Kenobi triplets? OB3s.
Oh, no.
What do you call C-3PO when he's being a good listener? Here, 3PO. What was Luke's secret code name before he got his mechanical limb? Han Solo. Why do the movies come out 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3? In charge of scheduling, Yoda was. Why does Princess Leia keep her hair tied up in buns? So it doesn't hang solo.
All right.
Oh,
Thank you,
man.
Marcelo.
I can go on and on with dad jokes.
We could have kept this episode to 1 hour, but with all those jokes,
Yep.
we're at 2 hours.
Oh, well.
No, I'm just kidding. We went
Time worth spent.
No, that was good. Out of all the jokes with Jefe, this one has been one of the better ones.
Made you laugh more.
I think it's because I'm a dad, and
Could
those
be.
dad jokes just really got me right here in the heart. They spoke to me.
Couldn't even keep a straight face for that one.
You have some good reference points to come back to with the kids, too.
Uh-huh.
I know. All I have to do is rewind the last section of this podcast, and I'll be ready to make my kids laugh.
Yep.
Yeah. Might just play this on our next road trip. Yeah.
Sure.
So
So
thank you,
yeah,
Marcelo.
no
That was
problem.
awesome.
I'm always here to supply jokes.
All right. Well,
Well, I think we reached the end of the episode. So
we reached the end. So I have to, by obligation of our contract, remind everybody to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, X, but really just if you want to talk to us on Instagram. That's where I normally hang out. Give us a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Those are the big players for podcasts. So please, if you give us a good rating, it helps us be searched and be up there on the charts. So give us that 5-star review. We're not asking you for your money. We're just asking for a review. Please.
we're asking for words.
We're asking for words, just kind words, please, kind words.
A mere moment of your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is free, and all we asking for a return is to make us look good. But yeah. Oh, and don't forget, email us simpletimespodcast@gmail.com. Just if Marcelo said something that offended you, let him know. If you thought I was amazing on the episode, like always, let me know. And just if you want to say thank you for Rory accompanying us on this episode, just write that in an email, simpletimespodcast@gmail.com. If you're on Spotify, the Q&A section, you could just send us a little message right there. And since we have Rory here as our guest on this episode, check out their podcast, Rory and Marcelo's podcast, A Fear in Review. Don't forget, do it right now. You could just click the link in the show notes. head over there and like and subscribe. They have 3 episodes currently. They're amazing. That's all I gotta say. Any final words, fellas?
I mean, thank you guys for having me. I'm honored to be here and honored to be a part of the BeachGlass umbrella and family.
I think I speak for Andrew in saying if you ever want to come back.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes. I'm 100% sure we'll see you again. This was a fun episode having you here. It's nice having a third person.
Yeah.
It's just a different feel.
Yeah. Mixes things up a little bit.
Yeah. So, and we have our horror go-to guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, with all that being said, I think all we gotta say left is from the 3 amigos. Adios, pendejos. It means bye, good friends. Don't worry.